Yo, yo, yo. First live stream of the year. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Gotta make sure everything is running. And of course, you know how it is when you're on YouTube. If you're in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. I hope that everybody had a great New Year's. And we're gonna get into this topic. Okay, so the fear to greed index is at a 78 today, which is not bad. It's pretty good, right? We had Bitcoin crossed the 100K barrier again, and it actually hit 102,000. So that's very good. There's a lot of bullishness, of course, with the Trump administration coming in, which is a lot of bullishness with that because of the fact of how crypto friendly the administration has been so far, and the fact that they want to help to evolve the space and all of these things. What's going on, Bluff City Nerd? Appreciate you, brother. You are up very early, so that's good to know that there are people that are up early because, like they say, the early bird gets the worm, right? So we're going to get into this because this is very interesting what we're going to talk about here today. This has gained a lot of traction, and I just like, obviously it's speculative, but the fact that this has gained a lot of traction and then what we've been seeing in the markets for the last 2 months has been very interesting for me. So I really want to get into this. Another thing, guys, is, hey, make sure to get plugged into the Patreon because I'm actually going to create a new the 2025 Trendsetter Cryptos tiers list. That's going to be brand new, and that's just for the Patreon. So make sure you guys are in tune and active, okay? Because we're about to get it in. So this is gaining traction, this news. I've been hearing this for the last month or so. No capital gains tax on U.S. crypto, Bitcoin reserve asset, nation state adoption, the biggest Trump rumors, okay? So let me say this again. And by the way, let me know, Ray Arthur and Bluff City Nerd, are you guys watching this on your phone or on your computers? Because if you guys are watching this on your phone, I might have to make this bigger because I noticed the playback is different for people, okay? Bluff City Nerd says, need some crypto news to hear after being bombarded with all the drama going on. Yeah, looks like Joy Taylor has been spreading some holiday joy. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, listen, bro. I be telling you, brothers, man. Y'all think it's a game, bro. I'm telling you, brothers, man. You brothers have no idea. As soon as y'all come up on this crypto, a lot of people are gonna look at you differently, man. You're gonna become a mark. I'm just being honest. So this article is by cryptoslate.com. It mentions that industry insiders speculate a shift to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, fostering US state level crypto initiatives and potential federal backing. Okay, so President Trump's administration reportedly plans to eliminate capital gains taxes on cryptocurrencies issued by US registered companies. If enacted, this move would exempt American investors from taxes on profits gained from holding certain digital assets. Should it happen, this shift could drive significant capital inflows toward US based cryptocurrencies and bolster domestic economic incentives, aligning with the administration's objective to establish the United States as a global leader in the digital asset sector. According to Cold AI founder Cheyenne Salih, a Trump transition team member, stated that the legislation would only apply to assets issued by entities that registered within US borders before their token's issuance. However, an outlined relocation pathway would allow foreign entities to reestablish in the US to benefit from this exemption. Should it materialize, the policy positioned as a transformative advantage for US issued cryptocurrencies, including Cardano, aka ADA, Algorand, aka Algo, Ripple, aka XRP, and Hedera Hashgraph, aka HBAR, which may gain considerate market appeal over foreign tokens. This policy would align with industry expectations. Former SEC head Jay Clayton commented to Reuters that I think we will see crypto legislation. I think it becomes easy to have crypto legislation if you're tackling some of these problems that can be tackled at the executive and administrative level. The incentive could prompt a shift in investment strategies, favoring domestically issued assets and potentially reshaping the crypto market's landscape by driving competition among jurisdictions. While the proposal remains unconfirmed, speculation on its broader implication is widespread. Industry insiders, including sources close to Dennis Porter, a notable Bitcoin advocate from the Satoshi Action Fund, have indicated that several U.S. states may introduce legislation supporting a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And we've already started to see that happening. Texas actually brought something out in regards to that, along Michigan as well, okay? So according to Porter, multiple cabinet picks within the administration endorsed the idea, with some proposing federal backing for Bitcoin reserves. Concurrently, rumors circulate that at least 5 other countries are preparing to implement national Bitcoin reserve laws, underscoring a growing international movement toward government-held digital assets. Per these speculations, such policy could incentivize digital assets creation within U.S. borders, potentially attracting companies considering tax-efficient frameworks. Predictions for Bitcoin to cycle should a fraction of the above become reality could be dizzying, Porter recently stated. The jump from 100K to a million will happen much faster than people realize. Gradually, then suddenly. Okay? So guys, this is major news. Major, okay? If this were to happen. So when you start to look at some of the top USA crypto-based companies that are already qualify for this, right? You got XRP Ripple, which is number 1 on the list, right? And we know how XRP has been doing phenomenal in the last 2 months and the use cases and utility that XRP has. Then you look at Solana. Solana is a USA-based crypto company as well, right? Then you look at Cardano. We know that Cardano is a USA-based company. Charles Hoskinson, he's on YouTube. He's always active. You look at Algorand, right, based in Boston. Tron. I didn't know that Tron was a USA-based crypto. I thought Tron was Asia, right? Then you got Stellar, XLM, and then Filecoin, which Filecoin, I haven't talked about Filecoin a lot recently, but everybody's focused on the AI narrative, right? But another thing, and I've been talking about this for the last, 2-3 years, you're going to need a lot of cloud storage to host all these AI agents and all these AI initiatives or protocols or what have you, right? So a coin like Filecoin, as well as Storage, which I believe Storage is a USA-based company as well, based out of Cali. I could be wrong, but I believe Storage is. I mean, those coins could explode as well, okay? Now, remember, guys, it did mention in the articles that even if a company's foreign-based, if they there's a pathway then for them to, if they get on America, where they could qualify for that tax exemption. Now, remember, this is, as the article mentioned, this is just merely speculation at this point. However, as I'm telling you guys right now, this has been getting a lot of traction in the last month. And so when you start to think about it, if you notice it in the markets, right, you notice those coins that are all on this list, right? They have all done phenomenal in the last, month and a half or two, right? I mean, look at Solana. Solana was down to like 177. Solana went back to 216 yesterday. It's at 212 currently, right? ADA is at 113. ADA was at like 60 cents 2 months ago. Tron, even, I don't talk about Tron much anymore, but Tron is about halfway back to its all-time high, okay? And so when you look at this, right, and then we already know how XRP has done, right, and XLM too has done phenomenally well. If that's the case, this could be a major game changer for the crypto space. Now, here's another thing that I find interesting. This is an article by Yahoo, and I wanted to showcase this, right? Because I found this interesting. Yahoo spoke about ADA, and they consider ADA a winner because Cardano's focus is on scalability, smart contracts, and its strong US connections. It will position it for explosive growth if the tax policy is implemented. I think that, I do think that Cardano has underperformed, until recently. But I think that if this were to happen, this would be a catalyst for Cardano to grow massively, right? I do think that Cardano can hit $5 in this run. But if this tax, no capital gains tax is implemented, then any, $10 might even be a possibility, okay? And then, of course, it talks about the next coin that it talks about is Solana. We know that Solana is a venture capitalist coin, let's be honest, right? Solana also has a very robust community, especially with the meme coins, right? And so I think that, Solana being a US coin, I didn't know that. But the fact of the matter is that you have, these venture capitalists in Silicon Valley that are backing Solana, and that would be a major catalyst for Solana then to see a $500 price point per coin or even higher. But then the next coin they talk about, and remember, guys, this came out on the 18th when that rumor was first gaining traction. But like I was telling you, the last month, it's gotten a bit louder. But the next coin they talk about, and I was surprised, is Constellation DAG, okay? Now, you guys remember I made a coin review on Constellation DAG less than a month ago. And I think DAG is going to be one of those ones that's going to explode, okay? Now, Constellation DAG, for those who don't know, it's basically based in San Francisco, right? And it's a blockchain, but they have a partnership with the USA Air Force, right? And that's huge. The fact that they have a partnership with a government entity, an American government entity, is major, okay? And if you look at DAG right now, I think DAG is very, very slept on. I think that DAG can easily hit $1 or more. I think it needs to get listed on some exchanges, though, but it's at 6 cents. But if you look at in the last 90 days, DAG has gone up 188%, right? Now, the last 30, it's down. It's down 12% in the last 30. But in the last 7 days, it's up 24%. Okay? So a lot of people are wondering, yeah, I mean, this is a rumor, Solo. This is not legit. You're right. I'm not going to argue with you on that. But it makes sense to me that if Donald Trump or the Trump administration is going to try to push crypto in America or have some regulation and stuff like that, that they're going to favor American companies. Why wouldn't they? Donald Trump has said that he wants to make America the Bitcoin and crypto capital of the world. So why wouldn't you incentivize USA companies, right, by doing this? It's just common sense. Now, here's something that I wanted to play for you guys is Donald Trump speaking on how to utilize, crypto to pay off the national debt. And then, guys, I'm going to talk about something else that's going to blow you guys' mind. Because as soon as I saw it, I was actually going to do a pre-recorded video, but as soon as I saw this proposal that we're going to talk about next, okay, my mind is blown because, guys, something major is about to happen. You know what I mean? When it comes to crypto, it's about to happen, something major. And we got to make sure that we are in position because now is the time. So let's hear what Donald Trump has to say, and then I'll chime in. Because one second.
Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand him a little crypto check, right? We'll hand him a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to be more prominent in America? How will that work?
Oh, it's going to work easily. It's already prominent. It's moving along. It's very loosely.
Sorry about that, guys. I just got to make sure the audio is working correctly. My bad.
Hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to be more prominent in America? How will that work?
Oh, it's going to work easily. It's already prominent. It's moving along. It's very loosely regulated. That's one of the reasons it's moving along. But it is a different form of a currency, and it's going to end up benefiting the country. But if we shut it down, like, Biden's trying to shut it down, Biden doesn't have the intellect to shut it down. Can you imagine this guy's telling you to shut something down like that? He has no idea what the hell it is. But if we don't embrace it, it's going to be embraced by other people. It's a massive thing already. Did you read where it's bigger than any company in the world already? I mean, if you look at the market, it's bigger than many countries. It's a very big thing. If we're not going to be the leader, we have the people that are the leaders. I know some of them. They're very smart. And if we don't embrace it, other countries are going to embrace it. Other countries will anyway. But we can be the leader, and we might as well be the leader.
And that's wonderfully said. Trump said it wonderfully. I can't even say it better than that. Because what's going to happen, guys, is crypto, guys, what we're seeing right now, right, with the way the markets are going to start moving up, and already we're seeing it a little bit, but the accumulation, not just of Bitcoin, but we're seeing it primarily with Bitcoin right now, right? It's like an arms race right now, because you notice as soon as Trump won the election, right, how Bitcoin just went up, because Trump made it public that, hey, I want to use Bitcoin as a reserve currency, right? And then you notice how Bitcoin literally went from 65,000 to a new all-time high, 108,000 within less than 2 months, right? And so imagine, guys, what Trump is saying is this, like, hey, this is the new wave. Crypto, the markets are bigger than some countries. Yeah, Bitcoin is bigger than some of these companies by market cap alone, definitely, right? And so when you look at that, and there are other countries already that are accumulating, right? There are other countries that are already adopting and utilizing it better than America. El Salvador, for example, Nigeria, Philippines, Vietnam, right? They're utilizing crypto, and they're ahead of us in regards to adoption. I mean, in the Philippines, people were making money playing Axie Infinity like it was a job. Okay, El Salvador, their Bitcoin holdings are up. You know what I mean? So the reality is that we're in a position right now where we're still early, and there's a lot of people that are still, it boggles my mind. There are a lot of people that are still think that this is a fad or a scam and things like that. No, we're moving over to a new financial system, which I've been telling you guys is a quantum finance system, where the system is going to be completely different than what you know it in the past. Okay, I'll put it to you like this. By 2030, the world that you know today is going to be unrecognizable. You're going to start, I'm going to scare you guys by what I'm about to say. Make no mistake, by 2030, when you walk down the street, you'll see AI robot dogs walking down the street. You'll see AI robot helpers walk, okay? Starting by 2030, you will see that. The AI space, and I follow the AI sector, I'm always in the Singularity Reddit, shout out to them. The way the AI technology is moving, and the fact that they're talking about AGI and stuff like that, it's moving faster than we can think. There's a reason why I remember the Google ex-president, Mo Gaddit, back in 2023, was ringing the alarm, going on all these podcasts and telling people, hey, if we don't slow down or have some AI legislation, is going to be some Terminator stuff by 2035. Y'all remember that? That was the Google ex-CEO saying that. The Google X former CEO Mo Gaddit was saying that, by 2030, 35 is going to be like some Terminator stuff. And see, people think that's crazy, but it's not crazy, because my thing is this. The Google X CEO is privy to information that you and we're not privy to. He has seen AI functioning from the ground up. So he has probably information that you and we can only imagine what they're doing in those closed doors in the labs when they're testing all of this stuff, and Yeah, but Ray Arthur, Trump will be in office in 2 weeks. I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're not accumulating now, I don't know what you're waiting for, because Trump is going to be in office in 2 weeks, right? Less than 2 weeks. On the 20th, they marked the certification yesterday. He'll be in office in 2 weeks. And that's when you're going to start to see a ramp up happening, right? Now, one of the things that I wanted to show you guys, and this is one of the reasons why I'm excited making this video, is that I saw this on Twitter yesterday, okay? And this is a proposal by the Rowan Exchange utilizing XRP to pay off the financial debt in America. And when I saw this, this blew my mind. And let me just say this, guys. This is just a proposal. It's not like, I know that this is not something that is, you know what I'm saying? This is not something that's inactive, but this is a well-written proposal on how the US could utilize XRP to pay off the debt within 4 years, okay? And now let me be clear. Do I think that the US is gonna do this? I highly doubt it, but when I read the proposal, let's go through some of the points, and then I'm gonna tell you why I'm excited and what I agree with or disagree with. So here's the proposed strategy. So the phase one is accumulation and pilots, right? So acquisition is the US will begin acquiring XRP at its current market price, aiming to accumulate 4 billion XRP. Now, 4 billion is a lot. A staggering acquisition strategy will be employed to minimize market impact, ensuring that the purchase does not lead to significant price fluctuations. Now, when you think about that, the escrow, the acquired XRP, will be secured in escrow accounts to shield against price volatility, providing a stable holding environment until strategic deployment phase. Pilot programs, initial implementation of XRP will occur in controlled environments, starting with interagency transaction and government procurement. These pilots will serve as test beds to refine process and address any operational challenges before broader adoption. Now, this is very interesting to me, right? Because remember, guys, when we start to look at this, and I know some people are saying, well, why would the government procure, I like that word, procure XRP. Well, why? Then I could ask you, why would the government procure Bitcoin, right? But here, let's take a look here. And then here it talks about the legislation. And by the way, it's 17 pages, guys. I'm not going to go through all of it, right? But I want to get into the implementation, how this proposal plans to implement it. So here's the 4-year timeline, which I think is insane. Because if I'm not mistaken, isn't the debt right now 38 trillion or is it 35 trillion, right? Hold on, let me pull up the US debt clock. So that way I have an exact, I think it's in 38. I could be wrong though, but it's in the high 30, And so here's the thing. It's this proposal is very interesting. So hold on a second. Here we have the US debt clock. For those who don't know, this is the debt in real time right now. Look at it. It's insane. So the debt is at 36 trillion right now. And as we're talking, you see the numbers are going skirt, skirt, skirt. They're going crazy, right? Because as we're talking, as I'm talking, making this video, we're accumulating debt. And here's the debt just with a various breakdown, okay? So it's very interesting. If you ever get a chance, check out usdebtclock.org. Okay, back to this, though, like I never left. So what it would do is the 4-year timeline, they would start an acquisition of XRP, aiming to secure the full 4 billion XRP needed within the first 3 months. So this is not something that they're going to accumulate over 4 years' time. They would accumulate this XRP within the first 3 months and then establish the escrow accounts for holding XRP, minimizing any risk of price volatility during the acquisition phase. Launch comprehensive pilots. We already talked about that. Year 2 is where they would work on infrastructure development and regulatory measures, begin nationwide rollout of infrastructure for XRP acceptance, including merchant acceptance, work with major retailers, e-commerce platforms, and service providers to integrate XRP payments. ATMs and payment apps deploy or upgrade existing ATMs and develop mobile payment applications, ensuring that they're ready for public use by Q2. Now, Q2 passed legislation to recognize XRP as a complementary national currency that would involve amendment of monetary policy to include XRP, SEC to provide a regulatory clarity, possibly through interim guidelines. Now, guys, I know this sounds really bold. That sounds super duper bold, but let's continue before we cast judgment, because like I said, this is a very interesting read. Deploy public education campaigns using all available media and government channels to promote XRP usage and trust. Finalize regulatory alignment with international standards and ensure compliance structures are in place. Now, year 3, full implementation and debt repayment strategy. Okay, so then Q1 and Q2 complete the national implementation of XRP, ensuring it's fully integrated into all sectors of the economy. This includes setting up liquidity pools to facilitate the conversion of XRP to fiat for debt repayment, with a focus on preventing market destabilization. Begin negotiating with major creditors for direct XRP payments, leveraging the anticipated price increase. Monitor conversion process closely, ensuring that XRP appreciates, it's converted efficiently into USD to pay off debt. Implement a dynamic strategy to adjust based on real-time market conditions. And then year 4, final debt payoff via appreciated XRP. Continue the process of settling the debt, ensuring that as XRP appreciates, it's used efficiently to pay off the debt, either through conversion to USD or direct payments in XRP. Conclude debt settlement, ensuring all creditors are satisfied, either through XRP payments or conversion to USD at the appreciated value. Finalize payoff by publicizing the achievement of debt payoff through President Trump. Innovative financial strategy, solidifying a major achievement for President Trump's legacy, setting up a framework for maintaining and potentially expanding the expanding the use of XRP in fiscal policy beyond the Trump administration. Okay. Now, guys, I'm going to be realistic. This proposal sounds very grandiose. I don't think that this would happen, unfortunately, because there's just too much red tape in the government that they would allow it to happen. I do think, though, when I look at the roadmap, instead of giving it 4 years, I think that even for a bullish timeline, because I don't know where XRP is going to be in 4 years. I'm not a seer or oracle or prophet. I don't know the price, what it will be in 4 years. But I think that if you make it more conservative and make this 4-year timeline into like 12 years, then I think that by you implement these things, in 12 years, you could pay it off. Because the reality is that if the government, you let the government acquire, right? And let's say then instead of 4 billion XRP, you move it up to 10 billion XRP. And then if you think about it, if you're using then XRP to pay off the national debt and you give yourself 12 years, right, you could pay it off. Why? Because by that time, within 4 years to implement XRP into the financial infrastructure, could it be done? I mean, yeah, but 4 years is very ambitious. I think 12 years gives you a little bit more time. And then by doing that, when you have merchants accepted and things like that, and then the price stabilizes as it goes up, then you're able to pay off the debt by what you've accumulated in that 12-year time period. So you give yourself more time to accumulate more XRP, the price appreciates, and then you're able to pay off the debt. But then you can also utilize the benefits of, it in your infrastructure by having it be used with merchants, ATMs, and all of that stuff. Okay. So realistically speaking, this is I don't want to say it's a pipe dream, but I think it makes a lot of sense when I look at it from this point. I look at this and I say, hey, You could pay off the national debt doing it this way. Why couldn't you do it? Right? Definitely. But I think that if we want to focus on what we can do now, or reality is kind of like, I'm looking at these coins right now, the US based coins, and I'm thinking like, okay, these coins are guaranteed winners, right? Now we don't know 100% if these coins are winners, but the way these coins have been moving in the last 2 months, particularly XLM and XRP, right? And you can put H bar as well up there. They're winners, and Algorand too. I mean, they're winners. Let me read the chat and see what you guys say in the chat. Ray Arthur says, I got my lineup. Don't worry, Solo. I'm just waiting for the real jump. Yeah, we're all waiting for the jump to happen for it. And I think that, when Trump gets in office, and I mean, we're closer than ever, I mean, we just got to wait for Trump to get in office. And then once he gets a team in place that'll, help enact crypto and legislation, crypto is going to be bigger than ever this year. I think we're really going to see some major movement, unless, the aliens are coming this year to ruin us. Hey, listen, man, I don't know about those drones, man, but listen, if the aliens come, forget anything I just said, because they're going to ruin our plans, man. You know what I mean? They talking about the aliens are coming. Shadow Zulu says that's some strategic gangster move if they did that. Yeah, I think that if Trump wants to use Bitcoin to pay off the national debt, you could do that too. But I think that with XRP, it would be faster. I think with XRP, you could pay it off within 12 years. I think with Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin goes to 1 million, right? You got to understand there's only so much Bitcoin that you can buy, right? Even MicroStrategy, the number one holder in Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin do they have? They have like what? They have like less than 1 million or so. So there's only so much Bitcoin you can get. But if you utilize XRP, and the fact that XRP has a lot more room to grow in terms of price appreciation, it just makes more sense. Well, for me, it does anyway. I know people are talking about $1 million Bitcoin, but I don't see $1 million Bitcoin happening until another, 5 years or so, until the next, cycle. But everybody's crazy bullish right now, but it's weird. Like, everybody's really bullish right now, but it still feels like a bear market, And the reason why, and I say that because altcoins haven't really popped off yet, like we've been waiting for. And I know everybody's waiting for altcoins to pop off, right? And there's this pressure. But even when you look at the charts, XRP, if you follow TA guys, right? XRP's ready to break out. I mean, it's ready to break out. I think that, sorry guys, that's my alarm clock. I think that XRP is definitely going to hit, $3 sometime soon, because we've got some catalysts in place, like Trump coming into office. And then also we got to wait to see, what happens January 15th with the SEC case, right? And I'm not really going to go into detail. If you want to know about that, make sure to, plug into Patreon, right? Because that's very important. So I think that at this point, guys, we're in a position right now where listen, man, it's better to, be ready than try to jump in last minute. You know what I mean? What's going on, Starman? How you doing? 36 trillion in debt, nasty work. Yeah, the debt is insane. It's insane. Bluff City Nerd says, zero national debt would do wonders for the economy. Yeah, it would. It would, because what would happen is, listen, a country that has no debt is the wealthiest country, because you have so much money then to put more into your country, into the infrastructure of your people to help, right? Because if you have no debt, that's great. And I know some people are going to say, well, we need debt. Debt is good. No, it's not. We're $36 trillion in debt. And, America is struggling. Americans, we're paying rent crazy. Food is insanely high. Come on, man. Bluff City Nerd says H-bar to the moon. Yeah, I think H-bar is going to do very well. I think H-bar is going to do very well. I like HBAR. I really do. I like what they're doing. I like the approach that HBAR takes. They unlike any other crypto company or conglomerate that I've seen, they take a more of an academic approach. I mean, I know Ada does as well, but HBAR actually they have like, you know, they have like review times, how they sit down and they review how the project is doing, and they hold themselves accountable, and they do it on a very high academic way. I mean, HBAR is going to be one of those ones, definitely. Karmic Farm says, I heard Trump bought a truckload of Ando. Did he? Did I mean, if he did, great. I don't see Trump himself buying it. Maybe his team, but Ando is a great project too. Is Ando an American project? I don't even know if Ando is an American project. Let's take a look at Ando. Yeah, Ando has done very well too. And I mean, Ando's one that I was talking about last year, right? On Patreon, we were talking about Ando when it was, 16 cents. Now it's 150. On YouTube, I was talking about Ando when it was 90 cents. Now it's up 150. So yeah, Ando has done very well. I mean, this is a project that I'm very bullish on. I think Ando's gonna do phenomenal. Let's take a look at the website. I'm trying to see if they're a USA based company, because my focus, and I know right now everybody's talking about AI, this and that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think AI is gonna do well, but I think the AI sector is kind of saturated right now, because every day you have a new AI project coming out, and a lot of them are doing the same thing, wanting to be AI agents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the AI sector, I think, is going to do phenomenal. I think though what I'm focused on, like I told you, when it comes to AI for me, is I'm already on to the next trend. So what's that? So when I'm on the next trend, I'm talking about, like, when you look at Filecoin, for example, right? I'm looking at AI storage databases that they have for cloud storage, because they're going to need that with all that memory. So that's the next trend. And a lot of people aren't talking about it, but I've been talking about that trend for the 2 years. Okay. For the last 2 years, I've been talking about it. Heck, matter of fact, I started talking about that in 2021. But in 2021, I was talking about it from a VR point of view, the metaverse, because that was the thing. But now, the last 2 years, right? Because 2023 was when you started to hear me talk about, maybe even 2022 if you go back. But Filecoin is one of those ones that I'm looking at, right? I don't own any Filecoin, but I do own some storage. And storage is one that I'm very bullish on, because everybody's talking about AI this, AI that, AI this, but you need a lot of memory to run AI. You need a lot of data storage, cloud storage, and projects like storage and Filecoin will do that. So these coins right now, they're highly undervalued, but once that next trend comes up, whenever that may be, that's what's going to pop off. Mark my words. And you heard it here first, right? When these other YouTubers get on that wave, whenever that is, you're going to be like, dang, Solo was talking about this already. Yeah, we've been talking about this years ago. Ray Arthur says, Visa and MasterCard is getting smacked around for messing with crypto, LOL. Okay. Yeah, guys. So, just making this quick video, because like I said, I know that a lot of people right now, there's a lot of anticipation to see where the markets might be going. And I think that at the end of the day, guys, we're in a position now where it's just like, okay, we have a lot of bullish catalysts. We just gotta wait. When Trump gets in office, don't be shocked if beginning next week, you start to see the markets move up closer to the inauguration. Now, I do see a buy a rumor, sell the news event. That wouldn't shock me, where we could start going up next week, and then there might be a little pump, then a dump, and then a pump again, right? It's always like that. There's always a lot of volatility in the markets. But definitely 2025, guys, I really hope that, this year you guys are plugged in, because it's going to be some stuff in crypto. We're going to see some stuff that we've never seen before. You know what I mean? And I don't know, and that's not just on the bullish side, but it's just like, it's just insane, the expectations right now, because I see so many people, you know, talking about a 300,000 Bitcoin, 500,000 Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin. Listen, I think that, listen, I'm not going to put my foot where my mouth is, because you guys know I have a tendency to do that. You know, let's hit 125 first, and then I'll take it from there. Okay. But I think it's just insane. But I also look at the AI sector, and that obviously has been getting a lot of traction. A lot of people have been talking about AI, and hey, it's dope. With my AI strategy, though, I think that I'm waiting for the long-term play for me, which is, you know, focusing on cloud storage spaces and data spaces, things like that, because I think that a lot of people don't realize how much data AI utilizes. AI utilizes a lot of data. And I think that when that becomes the trend, you're going to see Filecoin and storage and those type of cryptos, they're going to go through the roof, because those companies that have a lot of, you know, cloud storage and data space and things like that, they're going to take off, right? And that's going to be a trend. And that's a trend that, once again, it hasn't set yet, but guess what? That's a trend that we are definitely ahead by, which is dope, you know. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Am I missing something? Yeah, I mean, so that's it. Like, so right now, in regards to AI, I'm still paying attention to it, still looking at a lot of different things. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it. I mean, if anybody got any questions in the chat, let me know. Any questions? Let me know. I mean, it's exciting times that we live in, and I think that this is great. I mean, we are so early, man, and the reality is now we're at a point now where you can really plan ahead. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at this list right here, it makes sense, right? And if you have then other companies that are foreign companies, but then they want to look at a pathway to the USA so that they don't have to, you know, that they get the tax breaks, and then you don't have to pay capital gains tax on USA cryptos. I mean, USA coins are going to go through the roof. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I told you guys about DAG just a month ago. Once again, you guys sleeping, because you guys always be sleeping. Whenever I get like a banger, you guys be sleeping on it, right? But that's fine, right? But even Constellation DAG, literally a project that I talked about less than a month ago, and I didn't even know it was I should have known it was a USA company, because they've got a partnership with the Air Force. Which ones are data collecting besides storage? So you got Filecoin is another one. Filecoin is another one. Filecoin might be the biggest one. Which one else? I mean, let's go through the list. I mean, we can go down to see. Let's take a look at the top 200. So Filecoin is right there. It's number 45, right? What else you got right here? No. I mean, you also have BitTorrent, but I haven't heard much about BitTorrent lately. But BitTorrent is another one that deals with storage. But BitTorrent, the last 90 days, it's only gone up 38%. Last 30, yeah, I don't know why BitTorrent isn't doing well. I would have to do more research, because I really don't follow BitTorrent like I used to. But BitTorrent is another one. So those are the ones that Akash Network is another one too. Yeah, Akash is big. Akash Network. And I've talked about Akash. I think Akash is going to do very well. Akash has done very well. So Akash Network is definitely one that you want to, if you're worrying about, AI and cloud storage, Akash Network is the perfect one for that too. That one is at 380, And I mean, Akash does a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Web3 ecosystem, you know, with its own protocol and web space, as well as um, data storage and stuff like that. So Akash Network is definitely one too that I would look at if I were you. And yeah, I'm just looking at the top 200s right now just to see, because that is a good question. I might, you know what? I might have to do a video on that one, or do some more, like really look it down, because I haven't really compiled a list in a couple of years when it comes to data storage ones, right? But I know that Akash Network and Filecoin and storage, those are definitely ones that I'm bullish about, you know. Yeah, the top 200 is very interesting. You know, XYO Network. Okay, this one I got to do more research. I mean, this is on the list. I've been meaning to like do more research on this one because people keep bringing this one up to me. I might have to do a. I'm gonna have to look at it and add it to the list. No. XYO Network. So this is DPIN. Okay, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Kyle McFarland says, Solo, can you do a 1,200K challenge for the regular folk challenge? 1,000 to like, what do you mean, like 1,000 to 100K challenge? Like, what do you mean, like challenge? I'm not following. Can you explain that challenge to me? Gaff says BitTorrent's been around for a long time. Yeah, BitTorrent has been around for a long time, but I don't, you know, I don't know what they've been up to. I don't know what their progress is right now or anything like that. I don't really follow BitTorrent. I mean, I got some BitTorrent because I bought a coin back on an exchange. I don't remember if it was Qcoin or Bitmark, one of them. And because I bought a coin, they gave you some free BitTorrent for buying that coin. I don't even remember which coin it was. This was years ago. So, I mean, I've got a little bit of BitTorrent, not much, sitting somewhere, but I don't even, it's still on an exchange. It's like, it's worth nothing right now. So it's like, I didn't even bother moving it, to be honest with you. You know, like 20 years ago, everyone downloaded music from BitTorrent. Yeah, but this is different though. We're talking about the crypto. Wait, are you saying that they got the same IP? If they got the same IP, that's crazy. If they got the same IP, that's crazy. I haven't even thought about that though. You know. But yeah, guys, man, listen, man, it's January. This is going to be interesting. I expect a lot of volatility this year, right? So it means we're going to go up and down and up. But really, it all depends on you know, certain things, what happened, you know, starting January 15th. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what will happen with the SEC, if they will continue with the XRP case or if they will drop the appeal. So it all starts January 15th. And then after the 15th, you know, it depends on what happens on, you know, once Trump gets in office, you know, but I think it's going to be a lot of bullishness. And, you know, it's crazy because it's like now is the time. And imagine if you're in the markets now, you know. All right, guys, any more questions? Any more questions? Any more? Gav says, I imagine it's the same company, BitTorrent, as it was, all kinds of data, downloads, and movies. Yeah. You know what? I do know with LimeWire, it's the same company. But, you know, I never use BitTorrent. I use LimeWire. Which one else did we use? There was another one that we used back in the day, man. There were a couple, like, bro. The early 2000s and 2010s, bro, man, listen, man. I remember I was downloading Boondocks on the CD, and then I would play it on my Blu-ray player. You know what I mean? So, those were the days, man. Some of these young cats, they're not going to know about what we're talking about. I remember there used to be this white cat. He had Napster. Back then, Napster, before Napster got shut down. So he would get like, you know what I'm saying? I would ask him to make me like a mixtape, and he would get the songs. He charged though. He charged like $1 per song. I mean, that was expensive back then, bro. What? $15 for a mixtape? Now those mixtapes are collecting dust. I haven't listened to them in years. Oh man. All right, guys. But yeah, guys, so more content is coming. I can assure you that, guys. I'm just, like I said, I'm just seeing what the market is doing, right? Because like I said, the 15th is the day that I'm waiting on. So I'm just paying attention to what the market is doing. And until then, you know, any crazy or massive moves, we just waiting patiently. But anyway, guys, with that being said, I got to get going. I got to go for a morning walk. It's 5 degrees. I know it's insane, right? But listen, man, you still got to take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your spiritual health. There's a lot of spiritual warfare, you know. These terrorist attacks, we went into 2025, and there's a bunch of terrorist attacks, man. It's wild. But you know what? Spiritual warfare, that's how it always happens, right? It happens in the spiritual realm first, and then it manifests itself in the physical realm. So it's like, 2025, man, please stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. There's a lot of wizards and warlocks, man. I'm telling you, bro. And you'd be shocked. It's so many witches and wizards and warlocks, bro. It's wild, bro. Your own family members be warlocks and wizards. Trust me, I know. Trust me. If I tell you some of the stories, you'd be like, what? Your family members are wizards and warlocks? Yes. I got witches and wizards in my family. That's why my spiritual warfare different, bro, because I'm not going. Gav says, yep, we aging ourselves out. Thanks for sharing the thoughts. Yeah, 2025 might be wilder than 2024. Yes, I think 2025 is going to be more insane than 2024. Not just in the financial sector, but just overall. Yeah, that's why, listen, Jesus Christ is the only one I follow, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus is real. I've seen him do things in my life that you can't. If I were to tell you certain stories about my life, you would think I was making it up, bro. And maybe one day I'll tell you guys my life story when I have time and when I'm permitted to do so, because I've dealt with things in my life that if I tell people, you would think I was making it up, because I've gone through some stuff in my life, man. Bluff City Nerd says, so much madness in the first 7 days of the year, all happening so fast. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, you see what's going on with. And also, did anybody experience that weird fog last week? That fog was weird, bro. Because you know what? Typically, when we get fog where I'm at, we get it usually after rain. But we had fog for like 2 days, and it was just weird fog, bro. And then there were other people in other countries that, I was talking to in different Telegram groups, and they were dealing with that fog too, right? So I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, they talking about drones and aliens and you know what I'm saying? It's just wild, bro. It's just wild. All right, guys. Well, God bless. I appreciate you guys. With that being said, roll the music, and I'm out. Peace.
Now